What's up, A-listers? Welcome back to Talk Fame and Be with B.Lynette, where the fame gets talked about and the shady gets served. Now, baby, let's get into this messy little deposition drama that has DJ Akademiks, Rock Nation's lawyers, Megan Thee Stallion, and even Tory Lanez's name back in the spotlight. Because this story, it's not just tea, it's industry soup, okay? So, here's what went down. Rock Nation's lawyer dragged DJ Akademiks into deposition. The paperwork says it was supposed to be about Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and the blogger Milagro. That's it. Nice and simple. But according to Akademiks himself, these lawyers couldn't stick to the assignment. Instead of focusing on the case, they started grilling him about Drake, Nicki Minaj, even asking him if these artists had allegedly paid him to post about them. Excuse me, what do Drake and Nicki have to do with this deposition? Why are their names being dragged into a deposition that's supposed to be about Megan, Tory, and a blogger? Are they witnesses? Are they defendants? No. So why were their names even coming out of the lawyer's mouth? Now, Akademiks did admit that he's taken money from a lot of labels, but let's keep it clear. He said he's never taken money from Rock Nation, from my understanding. The money he has received is usually promo money, labels sliding a bag to get bloggers to promote their artists when a new single drops or an album rollout is coming. And here's the kicker. A-listers, allegedly, Akademiks even got paid by 1501 Certified Entertainment, Megan's old label, to promote her music back in the early years of her career. Yes, the same 1501 that Megan fought to get away from before signing with Rock Nation. I guess as a distribution company. Anyways, so let's sit with that irony for a second. Akademiks once helped push Megan's name when she was on 1501's roster, and now he's sitting across from Rock Nation's lawyers being grilled about his credibility. Isn't that something? The same man who once got paid to promote her career is now being treated like the enemy. And this is where it gets even messier. The streets say Akademiks cooked those lawyers like a holiday dinner. That instead of rattling him, he flipped their questions back on them and embarrassed them so badly that Rock Nation might need to replace the main attorney who led that deposition, because instead of discrediting Akademiks, they just gave him more content for his live stream. But here's the shady question that really has me thinking. Why did Rock Nation's lawyers even care about Akademiks' opinion on Tory Lanez being guilty or not? Because last time I checked, the jury already did its job. Tory Lanez was found guilty. That verdict has been set. So why does Akademiks' opinion matter? The answer, A-listers, is strategy. His opinion in itself means nothing legally, but his influence, that's the piece that Rock Nation care about. If they can show Akademiks sided with Tory online, they can frame him as biased and unreliable. Allegedly, okay? This is all for entertainment purposes only. Please don't sue me because I don't have any money. If they can show he publicly doubted Megan while taking label money, they can paint his whole platform as compromised. And if they can catch him contradicting himself between what he said online and what he says under oath, they can use that to discredit him completely. In other words, this wasn't about justice, it was about optics. This was about controlling the narrative and showing Akademiks that they can and will put his platform under the microscope. And let's not pretend we don't know how this industry works. Labels paying blogs isn't new. Allegedly, everybody has a budget for this, but here's the bigger problem. If Akademiks has admitted he's taking promo checks from every label known to man, then how much of his commentary is genuine and how much of it just a billboard disguised as a blog? Because let's be honest, when you scroll online and see certain artists trending, is that because fans really care or because the label wrote a check to make sure we thought they were hot? Now, here's the part that has me on the edge of my seat. I'm still waiting for the rest of the deposition to unfold. Hopefully, we'll finally hear the part that's actually about Milagro, the blogger who allegedly harassed Megan during the That is the part that should matter. That is the part that could give us clarity on what started all this drama in the first place. But while we wait, A-listers, let me pause because while the shade is fun to sip, I personally stand with gunshot survivors. Megan being shot is not just industry gossip. It's not promo, it's trauma. And that should never get lost in all the legal games and internet antics. So here's what I want y'all to think about. Did Rock Nation completely mishandle this deposition, or were they trying to intimidate Akademiks? Does the fact that he allegedly took money from 1501 to promote Megan in her earlier career change? Will it change how you view his commentary now? When labels are paying blogs to influence the narrative, can we really trust what we read online, or is it all just industry propaganda dressed as news? And finally, once the Milagro portion of the deposition comes out, will it finally shine a light on what really happened during the Megan versus Tory saga? Because one thing is clear, this case may have been about Megan and Tory, but the bigger story is about labels, influence, and control over the narratives we see every day. Stay tuned because the tea is boiling, and you know I'll be here to sip it with you. I'll see you on the next one.